like I don't know anything about the VC world, right? Venture capital people, right? Like, and I had a conversation with someone else in the podcast where they were saying like, these are incredibly small groups of people that are funding companies, right? And so in order to get into these clubs, into these groups, it's really hard, and you have to know someone. And a lot of these people, what they do is they usually fund or ventures that are their friends are involved in, and friends are friends, and so you have to work your way into these, social groups or social, things. And so I'm like, I wonder, like, what I wanted to know is like if you had an insight into that, or like, do you know what these people want to see, the kind of presentations that they like, and then that is the thing that your AI is
No, so our AI is
making?
really or strictly a design thing, right?
Oh, I see.
It's design that the AI solves. The content of the deck is another part that we solve, but we solve that differently.
Okay.
And we solve that by sort of studying the decks of companies that not only have been successful, not only have raised money, but also were able to create a fantastic story in a 10 or 15 slide presentation. One of our favorite and one of the most sought after examples is Airbnb, because they made their deck public. Their first money in was, I think, 2009. And a few years later, they made their deck public. And we came across that thing online, and we figured, well, this is a pretty fantastic deck. The way they were able to summarize the story, talk about the vision without being too greedy, without saying that they're going to take over the world like they eventually did.
Yes.
The founders at that time weren't expecting that. They were raising money for this to be a really sexy big startup, but not even the size that it is now. So looking at that deck, exploring how they presented it to investors, exploring what traction they had, what they were doing when they raised their first money, I think is incredibly valuable for other founders, right?